A lot of flex here, there. Yeah, great. So, I wanted to talk about how girls will love you, how their father loved them. What does this mean? What do I mean? This sounds so misogynistic and retarded and manipulative or some shit. But you have to realize that you love your partner how you got loved by your parents. So in perspective, there is three attachment styles. Attachment styles means how you basically love and how you interact with your romantic partner. There is the loving one. That's the normal that like 50% of people have. That is like safe and like stable, and it's consistent, and you don't get like waves of love that is like peaks and then like goes down. You don't get love, it peaks, goes down. So it's not like that. It's stable, it's steady. It's like what 40-50% of people have. That's the majority of people. But then there is the anxious attachment style. You can think back when your ex was like, maybe you didn't have luckily an anxious ex, but what you need to know about them is that they call you like 5 times a day, that make sure that you're like not cheating, and texting you and stalking your socials like crazy. Watch your follower account, like watch your follower list. If they found a girl, they just ask like, "Who the fuck is this? Yo, she's my cousin, bro. What the fuck?" Like, so that's the anxious attachment style. Anxious attachment style is very sensitive to feeling ignored, to feeling unloved, to feeling not um not like consistently loved. And they always want to make sure that you still love them in maybe even a little bit like insecure looking way. So anxious attachment style is might be the least common, but there is like also the avoidant attachment style. The avoidant attachment style is when you like see people ignore each other and act cool, like I won't follow this person back or whatever. This is like signs of avoidant attachment styles. Also, avoidant attachment style is when people tend to like attracted, but like be attracted to people who seem abundant in connections. So I'm not sure which one I am. I'm naturally uh, a loving attachment style, but then I think I am an avoidant one, and I don't fucking know how to change that. So that's that's uh, that's not the. I don't think you can sort of change that by like force. But yeah, I was ignored and shit. Even by people who loved me. People rejected me, made me feel insecure, made me hate myself more, if this makes sense. And yeah, I became pretty avoidant, even in relationships that made girls feel really unloved, which is like it's like fucking shit, like feeling that your girl texts you and you don't want to reply back because you have this emotional like baggage that you carry that like ignore this person because you were ignored, and that's how love works. Yeah, yeah, maybe that's like the best explanation or the best understanding I have over this. I think avoidant attachment style is really, really, really common nowadays because parents were told like 15, 14 years ago, even more, that up to about like 18, that they should ignore their like their kids cry, because when the kids cry they need to like sort of learn that no one is coming to save them or whatever bullshit. Turns out it just like made a lot of people this avoidant attachment style, have this like avoidant attachment style. And yeah, it just like it was like a terrible advice to like leave the room when your child is crying. Like, by the way, like if you were a parent, like I want to see in the comments like what the fuck would you do in this situation, because like the doctors are telling you like let this happen, but you also an empathetic human fucking being that like so whatever, just like it was like a little rant of mine. But bro, yeah, so avoidant attachment style and anxious attachment style turns out to be like very toxic and wants to be in a toxic relationship and gets bored in a loving, stable, certain, like in a very loving relationship. It's so it's just like it's fucked up, I think. Like all basically, like I don't want to sound horrible, but basically the damaged girls want the damaged guys who are like the fuck boys who don't text back fast, or they don't even text back, or they ignore her, and all this bullshit. And I don't think you will find the love of your life that she's like an avoidant or an anxious one. Maybe the anxious one is that is maybe a possibility, but it's like of course it's all about like your preference and all this, but I think you will only find like the love of your life as an loving guy, like or at least like acting as your loving guy, and then you'll attract the loving girl. So at least now you somewhat have an understanding to when to ignore her, when to make her feel loved, and when to not make her feel detached and make her feel bad. Like making her feel bad is alright because you're hitting sort of all the emotions and it's pretty good for attraction, but in a relationship, of course, don't get like mundane in it. Don't be just like the stable guy, because then you'll get cheated on because they want the bad guy and the good man in one man. That's the fucking fairy tale that these girls have because they get wet by the bad boy, sort of like the Chad with the muscles and shit, and they get dried up by by the good man or the provider, the sort of stable guy. So yeah, it's just like a fucky situation because you don't really know what to do nowadays in dating, right? Like, I mean, you don't even know slowly that when to ignore girls or when to text them back fast or like what the fuck they love. Like genuinely speaking, from an experience of like watching dating guides, watching dating videos, implementing dating videos, like there is not a single thing that every girl likes. There are girls that prefer tall guys, but there is also girls like pretty low percentage, but like there is also girls who prefer like shorter guys, like 1% of girls or some shit. But like you get my point. So you don't really know what they like. Yeah, yeah, just like fucking bullshit, bro. Every girl is somewhat different, but I think the answer that you also set a high standard and you also like niche down on the girls that you want. Does it make sense? So you don't just want any girl because then you can't prepare yourself to attract that girl, that random girl. For example, I want a girl from the gym. How do I attract her? Well, I build like muscular body, like that's the. So I think you get what I mean. That you have to be a certain kind of guy to attract a certain kind of girl. But you can't do this if you don't have like basic standards and basic like understanding of this. Excuse me. So yeah, yeah. If she's an anxious one, ignore her. If she's an anxious one, like sorry, let me start it again. So if she's an avoidant one, ignore her. If she's an anxious one, make her feel loved most of the times. And if she's a loving one, then make her feel loved every time she spends with you. I think that's the meta. That's the that's what I wish I had information on like fucking 10 years ago. Yeah. Have a nice day, man. Mwah.